Welcome to my step-by-step solo Easter egg guide for the new map, The Tomb. I'll try to make this guide as simple to follow and comprehensive as possible, but if there's any confusion then feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, or someone else from the community will. In terms of weapons, do not bring a GS45 or anything explosive. I strongly recommend going in with an AR such as the XM4, which is what I used for the boss fight. The build I used for it is on screen right now, so feel free to copy that down. Now head over to the tomb. To begin, we'll need to get to round 8 for a special zombie to spawn in, the Shock Mimic. So for the time being, feel free to chill here and spawn with the Rampage Inducer active and get to round 8. While you're getting to round 8, let's just quickly have a word from our sponsor. Whether you're looking to unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery camos or grind them out in easier lobbies, and you should definitely check out today's sponsor, Mitch Cactus. As the biggest, most reliable in Call of Duty, they offer services on all platforms, and with my code HYPNO, you'll receive an extra discount on your order. When you get to round 8, the Shock Mimic will spawn in. Just go ahead and kill it and then pick up the monocle. Now we'll have to open a couple doors, and you should have more than enough essence to do so. I recommend taking this route right here through the right side of the map. When you make it to this large open area, simply walk up to the table and interact with it to place the amulet we received in the Citadel de Mort boss fight. That'll cause a portal to open up, which brings you to the Dark Ether. We're pretty much done with step 1 now. For step 2, we'll be obtaining the Ice Staff, for which we already have one part, the monocle. Simply take your portal back to the main area and head over to where Deadshot Daiquiri is found. You'll notice a purple glowing lantern in this area. Think of this like a UV light, which can reveal hidden symbols on walls. What you need to do is destroy this lantern, and after a few minutes, the lantern's gonna spawn in another location in this room. You'll have to keep destroying the lantern until it's right here close to the workbench. You'll notice glowing symbols are revealed on the wall with the paintings. These symbols are actually Roman numerals. For those of you who aren't familiar with Roman numerals, I went ahead and created a nice little chart for you to follow along, so feel free to pause the video if you need to. Basically, you just need to shoot the symbols going from 1 to 10. If you accidentally end up shooting the wrong symbol, don't worry, you can keep going. When you've shot all 10 symbols, your screen's gonna flash and a purple orb will appear. You'll want to follow this orb around the area multiple times while it spawns a variety of enemies. After each wave of enemies you defeat, the orb's gonna move to another location. Just repeat this until your screen flashes white, at which point you've completed the challenge. If you walk up to where the symbols were, you can now pick up the second part for the staff, being the headpiece. Now head back to spawn and open this door right here, basically on the opposite side of where we were. In this room, you'll notice another purple lantern. Once again, shoot and destroy the purple lantern until it's right here and reveal symbols on this wall. For this one, there are only 8 symbols to shoot, so go ahead and shoot them in order from 1 to 8. Once again, I'll throw a chart on screen, so feel free to pause the video if you need to. After that, the exact same thing will happen. Just follow the orb around and kill all the zombies. When you complete this challenge, you'll receive the third and final piece, the staff. From here, simply make your way back to the Dark Ether, and in this central area, you'll see this strange monument. Interact with it to place the staff's parts, and then your screen's gonna flash white again, at which point you'll see a health bar on the left side of your screen. You'll have your normal zombies that attack you, but then you'll also have zombies that emit a purple glow. These purple glowing zombies are gonna try to attack the staff. So I recommend training your normal zombies near the monument and just keep an eye on the health bar. Make use of decoys while doing so. If you fail the challenge, you'll have to flip to the next round and try again. If you successfully completed it, you can now walk up to the monument and pick up the ice staff. And there you go, that's pretty much step 2 complete. Now for step 3, we'll have to upgrade the ice staff. Simply make your way back to the main map area. What we're gonna have to do is shoot 3 of those purple lanterns from earlier with our ice staff in order from the room right next to spawn by Deadshot Daiquiri, then the middle room, and then the third and final one near the Dark Ether portal. So just start by Deadshot and run straight through, shoot the purple lanterns while you're at it. If done correctly, my boy Archibald's gonna start talking to you on the right side of your screen. Now simply head back to the Dark Ether. You'll now be shooting floating rocks in the sky, specifically the ones that emit a purple glow and have a little symbol. When you shoot them with the ice staff, you'll get a hit marker and the rocks will come closer to you. go ahead and take a picture of the symbol or just draw it down real quick. The exact location of these rocks seem to be randomized with each game, but they're not difficult to find. When you've shot all 3 symbols and you've memorized them, head back to the main map and find the closed Dark Ether portal that has stone tablets with symbols. Simply shoot these symbols with your ice staff and the portal will eventually open up. Take this portal back to the Dark Ether and you'll be on top of a platform. If you're not on this platform and you fell straight down, then you shot the wrong symbols. Just go try again. You'll notice a purple orb up here. Interact with it. Now this orb will basically act as a soul box. It's gonna circle around the Dark Ether, spawning a variety of enemies including ghasts and mimics. Just stay close to the orb at all times or you'll fail. At some point an amalgam's gonna spawn in. Do not get distracted by the amalgam. Simply keep shooting and staying close to the soul box and it'll eventually make its way to the monument. From here, just walk up to it and hold your interact button to upgrade your ice staff. And congratulations, you now have the upgraded ice staff and we've completed 3 out of 5 steps for the Easter egg. After successfully upgrading your ice staff, walk up to the pedestal that has a vermin on it and shoot the purple crystal with the healing side of your staff. You can swap staff styles by toggling your fire mode. Then interact with that purple crystal to pick it up and then head back to where you spawned. In this area, you'll notice a vermin statue as well. Walk up to it and interact with it to start the challenge. This will spawn an absolute metric ton of vermin, so honestly, if you have Casimirs with you, go ahead and throw those. Alternatively, you can use your ice staff's power attack to take care of them, or just do so with the XM4 like we did. After completing the challenge, interact with the pedestal again and then make your way to another portal and go back to the vermin pedestal in the Dark Ether and place it there. You'll notice a health bar on the left side of your screen, so make sure zombies don't hit you while you're getting there. After completing the vermin challenge, walk up to this pedestal right here that has a parasite, do the exact same thing again, shoot the crystal, interact with it, then head back to the main map and interact with the parasite pedestal here. This will cause parasites to spawn in, and it's actually very similar to the Terminus Easter egg step with the orbs. Simply kill the parasite and it's gonna drop a purple orb. Walk over it to automatically pick it up and then walk up to the statue to automatically place it. Keep killing parasites and transporting the purple orbs back until you complete the challenge. Once again, bring it back to the statue in the Dark Ether without taking too much damage. The next one is right here and it's going to feature a doppelgast. Shoot the crystal, interact with it, then head back to the main map. This one's a bit more challenging, but still pretty straightforward. Interact with the statue here, and after a few seconds, it's gonna spawn in a doppelgast. Kill this ghast as fast as possible, and it'll eventually spawn another ghast. Keep killing all the ghasts that spawn one by one until you complete the challenge. Once again, interact with the statue, then head back to the Dark Ether and place it there without taking too much damage. Now, the fourth and final one we'll be doing is the amalgam right here. Once again, shoot the crystal, interact with it, and head back to the main map. Now you want to head down to this big open area where quick revive is and interact with the statue here. That's going to cause an amalgam to spawn. This one's actually pretty easy, but it does have an immunity mechanic. Just keep shooting the amalgam until it spawns a zombie, and it's eventually going to connect with the zombie through this weird etheric energy. To break this shield, simply kill the zombie and then focus on the amalgam again. When you've done that, interact with the statue once again, then head back to the Dark Ether and place it on the statue right here. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we're pretty much done with the Easter egg. Now comes the truly difficult part, the boss fight. I strongly recommend having a Pack 3 legendary weapon at this point, and make sure that you have a 3-plate self-revive, all the perks. You boys get it. Just make sure you're as juiced up as possible for this one, because honestly, all the other boss fights so far have been a walk in the park in comparison. When you're ready, head over to this part of the Dark Ether and interact with the pedestal to reveal the bridge to the Sentinel artifact. Now cross the bridge and interact with the pedestal in the central area to initiate the boss fight. There are basically 10 phases to this boss fight, and some phases are skippable, but I'll get into all that shortly. On phase 1, the Sentinel artifact's going to be in the middle shooting lasers in a circle. It's also going to go up and down while doing so. I find staying in this bottom area is the safest, as you can take out zombies with ease and keep an eye on the artifact. When the Sentinel artifact ascends for a second time, you'll want to go outside and head up the stairs and take cover from the lasers behind a wall. The artifact will eventually go blue, which is its vulnerability phase, so do as much damage as possible until you get a yellow hit marker as shown on screen. Feel free to pop Ether Shroud and throw decoys if zombies become annoying at this point. The Sentinel artifact will then split in two, effectively shooting 2 lasers around the room, so be careful. Phase 2 is basically identical to Phase 1. On the second time it ascends, make your way back upstairs, immediately start shooting the Sentinel artifacts when they turn blue. I also strongly recommend lining yourself up like I did here so that you can actually shoot both of them simultaneously. So here's the thing, you only need to destroy 1 artifact each time. But if you destroy 2, you effectively skip a phase in that sense, because in total we're going to be destroying 10 artifacts. Now keep repeating this until you get through to phase 5. On phase 5, instead of having 5 artifacts to shoot in the vulnerability phase, you'll actually get an armored zombie that spawns in with the Sentinel artifact. I found the Ice Staff to be super helpful against him, and Casimir's are super effective here too. Make sure that this zombie doesn't hit you or you'll go down pretty much immediately. When you kill him, start shooting the artifact immediately. You'll want to destroy this artifact before the time limit for the phase ends, or you'll have to do all this again. On phase 6, you'll get another heavy zombie, so do the same thing. On the 7th phase, you'll get a red doppelgast to spawn in. Once again, make sure he doesn't hit you or you'll go down immediately, so make use of Ether Shroud, Casimir's, and those biologically engraved self-preservation tactics. Once again, kill it and shoot the artifact it drops. On phase 8, the exact same thing's gonna happen, but instead of a supercharged doppelgast, you're gonna get a supercharged mimic. Go ahead and kill it, and then shoot the artifact it drops. Then on the 9th phase, it's pretty much the same thing again, but instead of a mimic, you're gonna have a supercharged amalgam, which is probably the hardest phase yet. But once you kill him and destroy the artifact, you'll make it to the 10th and final phase. All the artifacts are gonna meet in the center, and one artifact will slowly move towards this door, as you can see on screen. Shooting it while moving does not do any damage as it's still immune, but as soon as it stops moving, you want to start cooking this thing immediately. I recommend shooting until you start getting hit by a couple zombies and pop Ether Shroud, throw Casimir's, just do whatever you can to get rid of the zombies that are on you. Here's the thing, if you don't destroy it in time, you'll be insta-killed and you'll have to start over. But if you do it successfully like we did here, you'll get a white flash on your screen and remain in the boss fight arena. Now simply walk down to the middle here and hold your interact button to complete the Easter egg, and then you'll get a cutscene. Ladies and gentlemen, if this guide was helpful to you, then be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the best strategies here in zombies. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever in the world you are, and as always, goodbye.